What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything. Personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast. I'm excited to have the one and only, my brother from another mother, Mr. LB Crew. What's up, bro?
What's going on, sis? How you doing?
Man, I'm just truly blessed and highly favored, trying to live my life as best I can. How about yourself?
Trying to do the same one day at a time, but I feel good. Life is good. I can't complain.
Absolutely, that's great. So we're gonna dive right on in and get to it. So let's talk about Arkansas. Let's talk about LB. Let's talk about Crystal Whitaker because I'm originally from Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay. So you from is it LeBryant, right? What part of Arkansas are you from?
I'm from Southeast Arkansas, which is El Dorado.
El Dorado, yes, there we go, El Dorado. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, I don't know how far that is from Batesville, Arkansas. Do you know?
Batesville, I think it's a little more north Arkansas, but I had to, but I think it's more, you kind of getting up to because when you hit a Ville at the end, you probably like Northeast Arkansas or something like that.
Absolutely, that is true. But Batesville, I was born in Batesville, raised in Cave City, world's sweetest watermelon. You know.
Oh, I think the people in Hope might have.
I know, right? We always prove them wrong every year. Year. So tell us about where you grew up, because I don't know much about that part of Arkansas because I don't think I've even been there. So tell us a little bit about it.
El Dorado is a small town. I think when I grew up there, you're probably looking at 25 to 28,000. Now it's kind of dwindled down to about 18,000. But it's just one of those good old small towns, man, where everybody knows each other. It's a lot of great talent. The football team was really good. And you just got some really good people down there, man. I'm proud of where I'm from. It's close to Louisiana, so I got a lot of people in Arkansas that I'm related to, and then it's just a strong throw from Louisiana. It's one of those places where everybody's either trying to get out, everybody trying to come back.
Absolutely, that is exactly right. Where Cave City is, trust me, it's very small. If you blink your eye, you're through it. We only had one stop sign, which they changed it to a stoplight finally. And it's like, I think now maybe 2,500 people. A very, very small country town. But yeah, what is El Dorado? What is it known for?
It's called Boomtown. So it was kind of built and founded on oil, the oil boom. Like Murphy Oil down there, who really did a great job of in the oil industry, oil tycoon. That's where you get Murphy USA, the gas station, from. Because they just moved their home office to Texas, so we just lost a bit of El Dorado pride when that left. But it's one of those towns where the hospital's a good job, and then you got a lot of different chemical plants that a lot of people work towards and try to work for. That they do a pretty good job. It's known for our spud nuts. So sometimes you'll see on Facebook, especially in my crowd, in my feed of people, this debate of Krispy Kreme or spud nut. And you know what a spud nut is, but it's just a potato made out of. It's a donut made from potatoes. It's so good, man.
Really?
And it is awesome.
I did not know. Well, I guess I should have ventured out in Arkansas a little bit more, but no, I didn't know that. It's better than Krispy Kreme. I think anything can be Krispy Kreme. I think it's just too sweet.
It's light, but it is kind of sweet. So them donuts, man, them spud nuts, they something else.
I'm definitely gonna have to try that.
I had to go when they fresh, get them out the grease, man. It's so good. They franchise, but it's just, if something broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Right. That is exactly right. So let's get into the music industry. I know you joined the music industry at a very young age. I believe at 15, starting out, but it was probably before that, right? Or you would say 15?
I've been singing my whole life. We grew up mimicking people in the church, and from there it was, singing songs that I heard on the radio. And people in my close quarters, they knew I could sing. Family members, I remember being young, and my cousins would be like caking on the phone with their little girlfriend, and every now and then they called me in, let me sing. And so then I kind of got hyped up where I was kind of like getting on their nerve, like, hey man, give me the phone, let me sing something. I got 5 or 6 years old then. But from there, man, I was still shy. So I didn't really like the crowds. I really wasn't into like public forums. But I guess my dive or my debut was, like I said, at a pep rally. Guy came and he was talking more like it's a God thing, a motivational speaker, and put there R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly on, and he had his saxophone and the band was doing anything. He asked for a couple of people out the audience, and for the people that's around me, they know I can sing, so they snatched me up and pretty much dropped down to the floor. I had like a Marshall Falk jersey on, so they tugging me by my Marshall Falk jersey. I mean, and this is like the entire assembly. So you talking about maybe like 2,000 kids, a couple of hundred adults. It was so the whole entire student body. And, all I can really remember in that moment is just all these lights. I couldn't really see faces, lights. And it was another young lady she was singing next to me, and she was good too. And I don't even know what I sounded like. I can't even lie. I don't remember what it sounded like. I don't even remember hearing my voice. I just remember being like, man, I like this. It's nerve-wracking. This is my first time. This right. I could do this.
So when you started singing at that moment at the pep rally, that was just that feeling like, oh, I know, okay, I can sing now. So that's going to be my mainstream of, I feel like I can sing, and this is just what this joy that I have, this vocal cord. And I know for me, I always tell people like, yeah, no, most people don't know that I'm a singer as well. A group of family, both sides of family sing. So we may have to collab.
I'm always down.
But for me, it was so nerve-wracking. I was so scared. Like the first time I started singing, but of course I stood in the background because I'm a soprano. So, I had to hold my note. And so for me, it was just the nerve, that scariness, that, and that's what brought everything out for me. So what was that moment of, okay, this is the moment of truth. I can sing. I think this is what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Because before then, like I said, a lot of us, we started in church. Even the people that make R&B and the secular world, a lot of those. The greats. A lot of the greats start off in the church. Just because that anointing that God, pours into them. But I remember, like I said, people knew I could sing, especially my family members. So if we was at choir practice or something, everybody would always try to volunteer me for something. And you talk about nerves, I tell them straight up, I'm not doing it. It's been times, where I sit there and bawl like a little baby. I'm 8, 9, 10 years old crying because I don't want to lead no song. But in that, it was like do or die. It's Steve Harvey talking about jumping. And I wouldn't jump. I basically was pushed. And
right.
So, it's kind of, it's do or die, man. The whole school is listening. I don't have the time to try to say, no, I don't want to do it. They literally dragged me down there. I didn't volunteer or nothing because I probably would not have raised my hand to do that, man. And, I'm a 9th grader, so I'm fresh meat. This is a new school. I don't nobody here other than the people that I grew up with in my grade, in my class. And so, I just think it's one of those easily defining moments. And, if you want to even go deeper, spiritually ordained, divine, because that's that moment that pretty much it baptized me, pun intended, what I'm saying, into knowing if I can build up the courage to do this, man, I can do this. And the crowd, they went crazy for me. And then and from that moment on, everybody knew who I was and they knew what I was known for. So it also helped solidify my identity. Now, even though I'm more than just a singer, identity means a lot. People still trying to find out who they are and find themselves. And, you know, at 14 or 15, I kind of was blessed to figure out, okay, this is me, you know, and people recognize that too. So after that, everybody was trying to like all the older people. Man, I was young going to these studios with, I mean, I ain't gonna call them like trap houses, but I mean, I'm in places I probably got no kid.
Yeah, no business down.
They wanted me on their hooks. I was doing like the best of both worlds, R. Kelly, Jay-Z type stuff. Man, it was crazy, man. After that, I was like the most sought out after, and I was on everybody's hooks, and I think that was another claim to fame because I just started getting on everybody's song. You know, I was just a voice that was just in this local. I mean, you know, ain't nobody just blew up, but I mean, for a local celebrity, for a 15-year-old, you know, I think I'm doing something.
So how did that make you feel? Just everybody now pulling you. It went from a straight pep rally to now everybody's pulling you different ways to even do hooks and like parts. You know, how was that for you?
It gave me a level of confidence. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure some people would probably say I got arrogant, maybe, but I think more so it just gives you that confidence. And when you do this, you know, a lot of people don't understand. And even as a singer, as an entertainer, you kind of walk that fine line of confidence and making sure you're not getting arrogant. But once you hit that stage, man, you got to own that stage. You know, when you have to own that. So you have to have a level of confidence. You know, but I wasn't walking around saying I was the baddest and I can beat this. It was actually other people that was doing that. Other people were like, try to get me to compete. We be at basketball games and like people would like try to come get me from watching the game and like have these like sing-offs, you know, in front of these girls. Like, man, and I would win every time, of course. See, that's what I'm saying, that arrogance. But I mean, it just became, I just was known, man. There was nobody that didn't know me. And then I started recording my own music. You know, I started taking writing. I started to write. The way I started writing was listening to a lot of people's music and, you know, mixtapes. You know, you're doing songs on other people's beats. So I would basically listen to their song and then remix it, put my own words in there. Probably still use a lot of their medleys. And and then I started writing my own songs. And from then it blew up again. And I messed around and put my telephone number in the song.
Why did you do that?
At that time, you know, I'm from the South, so Arkansas, we still close to Texas. At that time, there was a guy by the name of Mike Jones. And he put his telephone in the number 281-330-8004. Was up on the low, Mike out the blow. So I was like, all right, I'm put my real phone number. So I must have got so many private calls, and it was some of everything. But it was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. Like I said, it was just my baptism into who I was to become as an artist.
So that's amazing. That's super funny. So what made you? Because I know that you sing. Do you solely sing R&B and soul right now, or is it a mixture of both?
To be honest, it's of all three of them. You know, I mean, I would like to think of myself as an eclectic artist. You know, my palette for music is real vast. Let me just go ahead and put this in an interview that Marvin Gaye is my favorite singer of all time. You know, so obviously, you know, his style, his content, and who he was as an artist, I really appreciate Ray Charles and James Brown.
Absolutely.
You know, when I need to kind of get a pick me up or, you know, get some motivation, I go watch one of their movies, you know, for sure.
Exactly. I was actually watching Ray Charles last night. Jamie Foxx did an amazing job.
Man, so that movie is special because Ray Charles is my all-time favorite movie. Jamie Foxx is my all-time favorite, you know, entertainer and actor. And I listened to him a lot growing up. I fashioned my voice after him a lot growing up. Hey, Lele.
Hey, Lele.
I fashioned a lot after him and Tank. And so, you know, so I definitely grew up in that R&B era, man. I mean, I grew up straight. I mean, obviously church and gospel. But once I got on my own 2 feet and knew who I was as a musician, You know, I didn't really look back. I'm not gonna say that. You know, if we gonna get on the spiritual side of things, you know, you could use it to say the devil tried to get a hold of me early, you know, because lifestyle and that music, you know, it's certain themes that's going on. Everybody know the kind of themes that's going on to be exposed and to be indulged in so early. You know, it had a bit of a downside, but you know what I thank God for is that it still trained me and honed me as the artist and as the voice that I was gonna have. So even when I'm doing gospel, I'm not gonna have that, you know, traditional gospel sound. You know, the Lord say sing a new song. So I think he used that to just shape me into a well-rounded musician, you know, to not be things, to also be able to have an open mind, to kind of know how to relate to the world, not to be of the world, but to be in it. So to know what kind of music that the world is drawn to and what they listen to and what they like and what's gonna catch their attention. And just to come up with creative ways, you know, not only self-expressing myself, but also giving glory to God in whatever avenue and lane, you know, he's allowing me to do that in. Like Marvin Gaye, you know, you're talking about sexual healing, let's get it on. But then you're talking about what's going on. God is love, mercy, mercy me, save the children. I mean, what's happening, brother? So you got all this consciousness mixed up with all this love and then all this sadness. I mean, so you just got a full gambit of emotions. You know, so I appreciate artists like this.
Absolutely. So who has inspired you the most to just really keep doing what you're doing, being an artist?
It's gonna be probably those artists shaped me the most. You know, the Marvin Gaye's. Tank was a real big artist. I mean, he came to town and I opened up for him one time and I made a joke, you know, I'm like the Walgreens version of Tank. You know, I just you gon' you know, when I write my own music, you definitely can hear my voice, but you still be able to be like, okay, he sounds like somebody else. What inspires me, man, to be honest, is, you know, the local community, people that I've seen grow up with me in this music. You know, when you're doing music, especially locally like that, you collaborate with a lot of people. You come into paths with so many people, you know, through the American Idol, you see people and The Voice, you see artists and everything, and just recording around. You see so many artists trying to do what you're doing. And, you know, I like their success stories. You know, I've seen people that I've been on American Idol with, Queen Naija. If anybody listening to me, she's a great artist and she's big.
Yes, she
so
is.
I shared a stage with this. You know, I remember when we was, I ain't gonna call us kids, but we was young. I mean, we were young, and to see her to do the thing she did, you know, it just kind of, it's twofold. And this is just me being transparent. If your mind is not right, it could almost discourage you. It's like, man, you know, I've been around these people and I ain't made it. When my break gonna come? But at the same time, it's also motivation to say, okay, I was on the stage with this person. I mean, they can sing and I can sing too. So then it all becomes about work ethic and then opportunity, you know. So I'm just, I would say, be ye ready. And you better believe that I'm ready for whenever that was, wherever it's at, when it opens, I am ready to full speed ahead for sure.
Listen, I know that those doors are gonna open because you have an amazing, I mean, amazing voice. The first time I heard you, and it is so crazy to just now hearing about you because growing up in Arkansas and everybody knows everybody. And I'm surprised we didn't run into each other, you know, before now, but we actually ran into each other at the Love Music Awards in Little Rock this year. And you brought home an award? Or how many did you bring?
No, you know, unfortunately, you know, I was more so an artist. I had just met Miss Riley. They invited our praise team from my church to sing at their church. And she got to talking about, man, what is her label name?
I can't even think because I really don't even know.
Angelica. So she's got Angelica Records named after the daughter. It also has Angelica Extreme, which is more the secular side or more charismatic, different type, you know. So man, that is perfect because, you know, I started playing with this theme that You know, I don't know if I'm gonna fully execute it because I've been rethinking some things. Right now, if you ask me what kind of artist I am, I probably would say I'm a soul artist.
Okay.
You know, I'm
So,
not saying, you know, obviously I do some pop and then obviously I do gospel. But I think if I had to brand myself right now at this present moment, it would be soul. But I was entertaining this idea of doing something called rhythm and gospel, which is, you know, the R&B side of me mixed in with the gospel side. So when I heard of Angelica Records, the gospel side, and then the secular side, you know, I was like, man, I need to link up with this woman. And so, you know, I wanted to do some business with him, but she said, hey, just let me finish the Love Award. That's a big deal for me. And they hadn't had it in so many years. And so, you know, I just finally asked her, could I be a part of it? I was kind of late in the game because I was just kind of playing with the idea, but some told me, man, just go for it, pay whatever fee you got to pay. And just try to see, you know, get yourself out there some more because, you know, like I said, you got to have confidence in this game. And to be doing it for a while and you don't kind of get to the strides that you're trying to make, it's easy to lose that confidence. And okay, how do people like me? Because it's easy to say, you know, I don't care what people think, you know, but as an artist, that can't be 100% true. You know, you put music out, you want people to like it and you want people to like you. So if you don't feel like you're making that ground, then it can become more of a battle of the mind. And so, you know, I was dealing with that. This is a transparent moment for me. You know, I dealt with it. Actually coming home from The Voice, you know, coming from that big high platform, doing so well to come home and then, you know, the pandemic happened. So halted things. I kind of became stagnant. I had my son. And so life happens. And so I kind of just slowly but surely just kind of got away from this dream that I was so close to getting to. And it, you know, it was kind of more of a confidence killer at the time. And so just recently it's like, okay, we got to do this thing. You know, it's now or never. You're getting older. And, you know, God can use whoever you want to use or whatever stage in life you want to use them. But, you know, this music thing, not to be too pessimistic, but it's a young man's game, you know, especially in the secular world. Now, gospel, you know, you can be 50 and come out with a hit, you know, they ain't gonna trip. But in the secular world, you know, the music is just getting younger and younger and younger. The artists are just getting younger. And, you know, and so, you know, what I'm trying to do is just focus on my target, focus on my audience, focus on people who can appreciate what I'm doing, basically.
That's awesome. So we're going to talk about American Idol and The Voice. So that, like you said, those are two mainstream shows that come on TV. And you were, let's see, on American Idol, you ended up in the top 20. And then The Voice, the top 13. And you were on Team Adam.
Yeah.
Man, I really like Adam. Adam is cool. He is amazing. I didn't even know that guy could sing like he did, but yeah, he's great. Tell us a little bit about that. Which one tell us a little bit about both, and then tell us which one was the best experience for you.
For sure. Let's just start chronologically. 2014 was American Idol. It was an audition here in Little Rock. Then there was an audition that was in Utah, and then finally we made it to Los Angeles, LA, and we did a lot of things at the Kodak Theater. That experience was just eye-opening. You know, I was so fresh, I was so green. I still didn't know who I was totally as an artist. I think if you listen to my interview, I talk about being a chameleon, being able to sound like other people. I told you Ray Charles, and you know, so I was, you know, I could always sound like other people because my history was listening to music and then just regurgitating it for the most part. I sang a song, my baby don't stand no cheating, my baby, Lil Walter, Cadillac. So it had a nice little swing, and but, you know, I was confident. I ate the cameras up, you know, tried to be personable. I think I had me like a little blue jeans, but I had a jacket on with a tie and with a jacket. I mean, so, you know, I was trying to feel my swag. I was still trying to figure out what my fashion sense. I tried my best. And that particular year, it was J-Lo, Harry Connick Jr., and Keith Urban. They had just got rid of Simon Cowell. So they replaced him with Harry Connick Jr. And that experience was good. It just taught me a lot. And I really put on confidence. I just remember putting on a lot of confidence. And I think I was a trendsetter. I mean, and I'm gonna say this. I think God placed me there because this is the thing. Those shows are very critical.
Yes,
we this interview, we've been talking about confidence and all that. A lot of younger kids be trying out for them shows. And I've seen some great talent come through there, but they really get down on themselves and they really beat themselves up. And it could be a confidence killer, man.
Yeah.
It could old person thought of, man, if they're not strong enough mentally, it's like, okay, let me give up on the dream. These people didn't like me. And it was this little girl, her name was Lil Whitney. I mean, I call her Lil Whitney, I don't know what her name was, but she was, man. But she came boo-hooing one time after performance that I thought was really good. And, her thing was she didn't think the judges responded to her. And I said, man, look, man, whenever you get out on that stage, if ain't nobody else feeling you, you got to feel you. And so that whole experience, I think I was there to not only learn some stuff and get a little bit of notoriety, but, I'm going to say my ministry was just reassuring some of these kids, hey, man, this is what you're supposed to do. I would give them advice on stage, do this, you need some energy, but I didn't really have a good experience with that show itself, the production of the show. Man, they was mean a little bit. I don't know if they're going to be watching this interview, but they was mean a little bit, man. They handled you kind of rough. And they did. And, the days was long. You would wake up at like 6 a.m. and they would film all day long. And then you might not get to bed till 1 or 2, 3 o'clock that night if you got to rehearse or, in your group round. So, it was, I'm going to say about that experience, it definitely gave you a chance to see what it's like to be in a business, show business. Sometimes it's your days, it start early and it end late. Mm-hmm. And you still handle you rough and all of that. So, man, yeah, boy, American Idol was something else. Now, fact to The Voice, a lot more pleasant experience. Kind of the same process, though. Tried out in Dallas. And I'm going to tell you, man, God is good because, I kind of had a leg up. I knew one of the producers through Luke Bryan, a country singer. And he got me to a guy named Wes. I tried out. Then they told me, hey, we're going to fly you out in Hollywood in a month. A month came. I done took the time off work, the whole 4 weeks off work. And then they called me like the week before or the weekend before and say, hey, it's going to be a no-go. We changed our mind,
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I said, yeah, what I'm supposed to do with this time I done took off work? They was like, enjoy your vacation. so, yeah, I mean, they had no remorse. So it was disheartening. And then about a few weeks later, they called me back and said, hey, are you still interested? I said, yes, I am. I thought y'all didn't love me no more. And so then they flew me out to LA. So what essentially happened was I skipped past. So by them skipping over me the first time, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't have to do in the meantime. I skipped a lot of the process that a lot of my counterparts had to go through. But that experience was great, man, because here's the thing about American Idol. They will put you on TV and they don't give a dang how you sound. You just sound horrible, especially if it's going to give them ratings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you see people on there, you be like, man, now, how did this person get on this show? But they did it for ratings. They want the laughs. The Voice is not that at all. They want to see you succeed. They want that show to succeed. And they want that show to live up to its name, which is The Voice. So, I mean, they do a lot of prepping you. You get a lot of practice. You're on a schedule. They don't burn you out. And they give you some money to eat and put you up in a hotel room and all that good stuff. Pay you when you get on TV. So, I mean, The Voice was just it was just a follow-up from American Idol. And American Idol is needed because it taught me how to interview. It taught me how to be a part of the production. It taught me how to kind of get along with the production and the staff, and kind of build relationships and, not kiss up, but to be personable so people didn't mind helping you or giving you the, ropes or, a favor.
Yeah.
It gave me a lot of how to deal with people. And I wouldn't trade for the world, man. It's definitely been one of the highlights of my life. And one of my favorite performances on The Voice was Electric Feel. I'm gonna send it to you
Okay.
after, so you
Okay.
can see. And it was just, I know it's not gonna be my last greatest performance, but right now, and I done done a lot of singing that was anointed in church, and I done a lot of worshiping. But right now, that is by far my favorite performance of a lifetime, man. So that show gave me that opportunity.
Yeah.
I did the audition Waves. A lot of people like my rendition of Wade in the Water, which was good. But as far as personally, the gratification that I got was Electric Field, man. It was just amazing.
So what about that performance that, like, actually tell me what prepped you for that performance to make it that good? What did you like go above and beyond of what you needed to do? I'm not even gonna try and answer you. Tell me.
You got the mind right on the head, because the story behind it is after Wade in the Water, I was voted off. I was voted off the show. I didn't win the votes. I went up with a guy named Judge Vincent, and not being biased, but he really didn't do as good a job as me. And he's a good singer now. Don't get me wrong. He's good in his own right, but he could not hold a candle to even the Wade in the Water song that I did, which, just a little secret for people, I ain't gonna make it back on the show, because once you're done, you don't get to go back. We don't pick our songs, so this is gonna help me tell the story. We don't pick our songs. They pick them for us. We just have to do the best that we can with them. My job was to mold and make every song my song. Even if I didn't like the song, I had to. So sometimes I would have to tell the band, "Hey, don't let's do it like that. Let's do it like this. I change the key. I change the tempo. Or take, So you really had to be hands on. So I get sent home. So I thought, but they actually let me stay in Hollywood. So after I get voted off, it's like, okay, hey, we're gonna bring you back for the comeback round. So I think I had to skip around, which I got this, I missed out on a lot of commercials and Toyota stuff. But why that performance was so important was because here I am, and I got kicked off the show, and this is my way of getting back on the show. I got to perform against somebody else who's been in the comeback stages already. And so the comeback started from the initial auditions. That person has been training just to get to this comeback battle that we gotta have. Guy named Kennard Thomas, he did really well. But Electric Feel is a song by MGMT. I doctored it up and made it sound like Jodeci. What I'm saying? So that was my main thing, is like, when you hear it, I'm gonna send you the link to my video, and then I'm gonna send you what the song actually sound like. And you're gonna say, the song sounds, how did you get that song and turn it into this song? And I guess I got to get a last credit to the crowd, man. The crowd, man. So I'm not gonna even take all the credit, man.
Don't you just love when the crowd just pushes you and just bring that out? I mean, they feel your energy and you feel their energy, and it works together, and it's just so amazing. And it's just like a big bomb that goes off, and it's like I can't even express how that, because I've had that feeling singing with my sisters, and I know what you're talking about.
The old folks say, when all God's children get together, what a time. Oh, seriously, you said it, man. That energy, man. The energy was so crazy, man. It was like, if I never felt like a celebrity in my life, because they was like, people genuinely miss me. People was genuinely mad because I wasn't on the show no more. So it was like, it was just stardom to me. People was really like, man, we got our boy back. I really feel like I had fans. You know what I'm saying? So the energy was just crazy. I'm in my element. The music is good. The MD, I forget his name, but he's a great MD, because we really had a hard time trying to figure out how to flip this song. We was going to put like a Stevie Wonder feel to it, but the Stevie Wonder feel made it still sound like the regular song. And so his name is Eric. I don't know his last name, but his name is Eric. Every time he greets you like this.
Really?
He's a black dude, man. He was cool, man. And he knew exactly what I was trying to do with the song. So he scored the song, got everybody parts right. And I came back to practice one day and he was like, I think I got it how you want it. And when they played it, it was like mind blowing, man. It blew my mind. And so the reason the performance hit so good for me is, you know, it was like my debut back. I proved myself to get back on the show because you shouldn't have never kicked me off in the first place.
Right. And don't just make you mad. Like, I don't know why I went home. I know I sound better than that other person.
Since you sent me home, I'm gonna give you a reason to make me stay. Yeah, and
so funny.
Energy was too amazing, man. I was in my element, you know. Sometimes you get in that zone, man. And, you know, it was just that zone. You know, it ain't nothing like it. Like you said, when you clicking on all cylinders and the crowd is clicking with you, yeah, it was magic.
Yeah. So after the Voice, you went on to record your own song, and that was It's Coming Your Way. So
Mm-hmm.
is that a gospel song or is that a R&B or soul? Because
I would say, you know, the lyrics are something like traveling down this road for a while now. Haven't felt this way in years. Lately, it's been hard for me to smile now. I'm trying to hold back the tears. But I heard a voice calling out, saying it's joy in the morning. So if you know gospel and you're around that culture, you know what joy comes in the morning come from. So you know it's gospel themes in there. It's a positive message in there. But no, it's not Jesus is on the main line or anything blatantly, you know, saying that this is a gospel song, but it is very encouraging. And you know, it's a positive, you know, it was a positive step. And so and that's how I write my music. There are songs that I have that are blatantly gospel. You heard me perform one, but if you heard it on the radio at first, you probably wouldn't even think it was gospel at first. Listen to the lyrics, and that's what I want people to do. I want them to feel good and how the music make them feel. But then once they hear the lyrics, I want them to feel even better. Like, man, okay, I didn't even know this man was talking about this. I thought he was talking about this, but
right.
Okay, so I mean, I write my music with that kind of ambiguity. I'm not trying to straddle the fence, but like I said, you know, we in the world and not of it. And to minister, I feel like my ministry, you know, as far as my music, is to make really good music with really good positive themes, or tell my own testimony. I just did a song called Body Count. It's around soul ties. I sing that too, so you can have exclusive. And it's about soul ties and really, you know, the dangers of giving yourself out physically to so many people. Because like I said, when you grow up in that, you know, I'm not in R&B because it really helped, but that 90s R&B, man, they was making babies with that 90s R&B.
Yeah, I know, right?
R. Kelly was at his prime in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You had H-Town, you had Jagged Edge, you had Boys Men, you had so much, and it was just a different type of R&B. You know, it wasn't like, you know, just vulgar, but it was, yeah, they was making love in the 90s.
Absolutely, but I'm glad, one, that you said that your music is, you consider yourself a soul artist, because one, when I heard you at the Love Awards, it was definitely soul, and I was like, what? Who is this person? I was like, what? I mean, you sound amazing, like amazing. So I'm just so super proud of you. I'm so glad that you took that step to go to American Idol, to The Voice, and it's just prepped you for who you are today. The people that motivated you and inspired you to even just keep pushing you and moving forward to what you want to accomplish, man, it's amazing. You are an amazing man that is out here doing your thing, and I support all my brothers. I support all my brothers. Keep doing what you're doing, because God, listen, if you are putting positivity out here that's helping someone, hey, I'm here to back you up, because that's what the Morning Jam podcast is all about. Positive platform, pushing, motivated, inspiring, uplifting, and everything. And that's what you're doing out here. So you have definitely inspired me. And then when I got up, I was like, okay, let me stand up for this brother. And he's from Arkansas, boy, come on now.
There's a lot of people, I guess, you know, wasn't really expecting me to be from Arkansas, because everybody kept asking.
Because I didn't think that you were from Arkansas at all.
And I was like, well, the city to be having this love award. Well, I'm not from Little Rock, but I live in Little Rock. So yeah, I mean, I thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. We not, it hearing those things, what I'm saying, it just gives you the kind of fuel to keep saying, okay, I'm doing the right thing,
Absolutely.
We're not out here looking for affirmation so much, but affirmation goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely appreciate that. Shout out to the morning show. I thank you for having me on. And next time I'm gonna be in Atlanta, we're gonna be able to do this in person.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I know that you have been singing, or you've opened up for so many great artists, like you said, Tank. Let me see. I'm actually reading your bio. It says during his career, LB accomplished great musical. He has performed with John Legend. Oh my God, huge. H-Town, Miss Twinkie Clark. Oh my gosh, she's huge. Has opened up a countless entertainers such as R&B singer Tank, Drew Hill, Silk, Total, SWV. Like, man, like those are major singers that's out here doing their thing, and you shared the same platform with them. How did that make you feel, and how did that make you grow as an artist?
That's a good question. Because I would like to be conscious of humility. You can't say I'm humble, and because people be like, well, you shouldn't be saying you're humble if you're humble. But I work on that because it's easy to get the big head and run off, and because you have to exude confidence. Sometimes it can kind of creep in. But so I said that to say a lot of the times what you'll find is me downplaying myself. And I think in doing all that downplaying, even as I'm listening to you read the bio, I don't even, or haven't before now, and before I sent it and had to reread the bio that I sent to you, to think like, man, I did share the stage with all these people, man, and I have been doing this for a while. And
to make you proud, definitely.
It does, in retrospect, because at the time, it's another performance that you want to do well on, but you don't really see yourself as an equal to these people. So like I said, you kind of downplay yourself. But once you hear the list, and the list goes on, I mean, Yolanda
I was going to say, and it goes on and on. So
Adams, to Kaylin Carr. I mean, there's so many people that I have shared that stage with. But now, it's time to turn up, because I want to be recognized not only for sharing that stage with those people, but I want to be recognized by those people as their peers. And so it's not in competition. I want to work with all those.
You want them to know that you put in the work as well, just to get where they are too. So I feel you on that.
So I'm thankful. In hindsight, all of that has been just a tremendous blessing. I want it to keep going, but I don't want to just be opening up for the headliner. I'm trying to be the headliner now.
Absolutely, I feel you. Yeah, you deserve that. You deserve that. So if you're going to make that step to be a part of that, go ahead and make that next step to step out on your own and work hard for it and get your name in lights. If that's what you want, I think you deserve it. I believe that you deserve it, and I know that God's got you. He's got you. And I don't want to make it like a spiritual thing, but I want to make it a spiritual thing because, one, I do believe in God. I believe in his favor. I believe in the power of his name. But definitely, like, I know we work hard. Sometimes we tend to put God aside, and sometimes we tend to like, okay, I'm gonna pick him up at this time because I need him. But God understands, and he's there for us, and that we get in the natural, not sometimes, but all the time, mostly. So
I was talking to my wife about that. I think today, because what I am victim to, what I do that's wrong, I think of the word, is that I try to work under my own strength, and he's not so mad at me for doing that, because I mean, when you're trying to do something, I mean, when you got that gumption and that ambition, that's what you're gonna do. When doors keep slamming in your face, you feel like, okay, I'm gonna, not holding God to some kind of standard of saying, okay, God, if you ain't gonna do it, I'm finna do it for myself. But
Absolutely.
you don't work, you don't eat. Work faith without works is dead. So I'm not sitting back waiting on the Lord to open some kind of door. Nah, I'm trying to go out here and get it. And Lord, I really want your help. I really would love to help. And, if it's supposed to be making me stronger by just being so on the grind about it. And it's all part of the story, you know what I'm saying? And it does have a timing. I could venture to say I hadn't made it in the game now because it would have been bad for my soul. I would have got off in there and then I wouldn't have had no discipline. I would have been a lawless person. Or I would have got wrapped up in the culture. Then, what's the word? What's the point of gaining the whole world and losing your soul? So that's an idea. I could not be in position myself. It could have been. It's a number of things, and I can't read God, man. I don't his ways and my thoughts, but I know one thing: until he tell me to stop trying or makes it blatantly obvious, be trying, he's gonna know his son is really working toward doing something with this gift that he gave me. And I would love direction and guidance. And I think, really at this point in life, my faith and my prayer is that it is that time, because I think I've matured enough to know who I am as an artist, and I think that's really been a big key of it all is who am I, so I don't lose myself. Who am I going to be? What is the integrity of my music going to be? Because, yeah, if I'd came out 10 years ago, telling what I'd be singing about.
Well, you would have been a little booger.
Being honest, I mean, if he'd let me make it 10 years ago, I mean, I'd be, shoot, ain't no telling. The messages I'd be putting out, there's no telling, just because although I knew God or had, went to church, let me say, I don't think I would have been on the spiritual level I would have been to not succumb to the thing. Because this industry, man, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It makes and it breaks and it spits some people out and it makes people compromise. And so, I'm not going to fake about the industry that I want to be in. But at the same time, if I go in with the cover, there's a lot of successful people in the secular world and in the gospel world. There's dangers in both. And so I just want to be protected and covered. And I really want to make it. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say it ain't about the fame. I'm not so much as like hungry for fame. But I mean, if you're an artist, you sitting in your room and you painting all day long, you're not painting just to see your paintings in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You want people to appreciate your art. Even if everybody's not going to appreciate it, you want to find that crowd, that one person believe in your painting. Now, if nobody never appreciated, you're a painter, so you can't stop painting. I mean, that's what you love to do. But we be real, like we not doing this music or drawing these pictures or creating these T-shirts or whatever it is that people do that got their gifts, so that their gifts won't be honored, recognized, and respected and appreciated.
Absolutely. You're awesome, man. Like, seriously, you are an awesome artist. I appreciate you for being right here with your sister and your friend Crystal Whitaker. Let the people know where they can reach you, where they can connect with you, they can connect with you, get an interview, to get your music. Let them know all that information.
Please, please, please go follow me at LB Crew. That's just an L and a B, a C, a R, and an E, and a W. That's on Instagram. I'm LeBryant Crew on Facebook. That's LEBRYANT. Twitter is LB Crew as well. I even put my cell phone numbers. I tell you what, just go to Instagram and then you can do my booking there, because my manager is
so don't put your personal number out here.
I did.
You already put it in a song. Don't put it out here.
But yeah, at LB Crew, please go follow me. Check out my music. It's on all major platforms. I just when we did the Love Awards, that song that I performed, Holy Son, I put it on pre-order. Now it's available on all platforms. The song Yours, It's Your Time, or It's Yours. It's going to be on all major platforms. It's on there now. And I got a new single called Body Count. It's coming out soon. You know, we just trying to work through how we want to market it and drop it. And I'll make sure I send you some exclusive stuff so you can have bumping it before it even comes out. Body Count is a good one, man. You know, it's really like a personal testimony of mine. I think people are gonna be able to relate to it. I'm not gonna lie, it's sexy, but it's conscious. The beat is mature, but once I said, when you listen to the lyrics, it pulls you in on how it sounds and make you feel. But once you listen to the lyrics, it makes you sit back and think like, man, you right. Body counts, these people that, you know, I've gave my body over to. I got to cut these ties off. My soul has been affected by some of this stuff. So the message is there. And, you know, we just trying to keep pushing good music. So thank you again for having me on the show. I really
welcome. Appreciate it. Listen, I look forward to doing them face to face. I'm so excited for you. I'm proud of you. Keep going, bro. I'm going to call you. Well, I don't know if you older than me, but I'm gonna call you big bro. But listen, you keep going, keep striving, keep pushing, because man, you are the real deal. I am not even gonna fake it. You can really sing, and I appreciate that. I was honored to even listen to be able to hear you sing in person, and then I'm gonna hear you on. I even actually, when I posted earlier that you were gonna be on the show, I put one of your songs. So yeah, tag you in.
When I went to the Love Awards, I didn't know what to expect, but I did put an expectation and demand on God. Well, this is what I took away from it. Whoever I meet, I'm supposed to meet, and I'm gonna take advantage of who. If it's just one person, if it's two people, if I get 1,000 business cards, whatever happens here, I just want, because we got to start. You know, the Bible says, "Don't despise small beginnings." So I ain't gonna make it overnight. I'm not gonna blow up overnight. I'm not gonna be on Oprah. You know, so I said, well, I'm gonna take advantage. And your platform is great. You know, I saw Ashton on there last week. I shared the stage with him one time too. He's cold. I'm gonna say this, and I know he almost threw. You know, I like that guy because he had just came off Sunday's Best when he came to El Dorado, and he came out to like Beyonce. No. I mean, he came out.
Really?
I mean, this on this gospel show. I mean, this dude come out. And he had so much energy. He was so fun to be around. I think he like invited me up to the stage. I got to sing with him a little bit. But he's a great talent, man. So I saw that and I was like, yeah, everything is coming around full circle. So yeah, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ashford is amazing. So you guys heard it right here with your sister and friend Crystal Whitaker on the Morning Jam podcast with the one and only LB crew. Y'all go support my brother, my big brother, because he out here doing a thing. Well, blessings to you, bro, and keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. And we are out of here. Bye, guys.
Yes. All right, y'all.
If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.